wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Rabbil Alameen, which means peace be unto you, and the blessings and mercy of Allah be unto you. All praise is due to Allah alone. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the creator of all that exists. It is for the praise and worship of Allah alone that we do this program for you, our listeners. We greet our Muslim brothers and sisters and our non-Muslim neighbors as we invite both to another hour of learning here on The Message. The Message is brought to you by Lahubila Islamic Media Foundation and Bonsai Masters of the Philippines. Our work is supported by further donors around the world who have given for the sake of Allah alone. May Allah bless them all. Thank you for joining us here again on The Message from 7 to 8 p.m. every Thursday night. I hang around after the program for Women in Islam from 8 to 9 p.m. hosted by Sisters Rashida, Aisha, and Fatima. And don't forget to listen every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. for The Message in Tagalog, brought to you by Brother Ralam Muhammad, who is often joined by Brother Yusuf Abitan. Also, you can check out Brother Yusuf Abitan's show, Discover Islam, which is on Friday nights from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now, tonight on The Message, we're going to continue on the topic began last week about the prophets of Allah. This is a 5-part show where we're going to discuss all of the messengers that we know of, because, there have been 250,000 of them. So we're not going to go through all 250,000, just the ones that we know are messengers, prophets of Allah. Please contact us with any messages of encouragement or questions. I really appreciate all week we've been getting messages of thanks and praise, and every one of them really is special to us. We really do appreciate all of the positive messages that have been sent. So don't hesitate to write in whatever language you feel the most comfortable with, whether it's English, Tagalog, Spanish, Arabic, or any dialect of the Philippine Islands. If you want to get a question to us, we'll have it translated, and then I will research the answer and bring it to you in English on Thursday nights and Tagalog on Wednesday nights. Now, be patient with answering a question since we do research them and the shows are prepared in advance, so I may not be able to bring an answer immediately, especially when the question has to be translated. But I do promise that all questions will be answered. Okay, so to get questions and comments to me, text the show at 0922-604-4233. You can email us at islamradio@yahoo.com. Again, the text number is 0922-604-4233, and the email islamradio@yahoo.com. You can watch the videos of the Thursday night programs at www.youtube.com/IslamRadioPH. That's youtube.com/IslamRadioPH. Or listen to them at islamradio.mypodcast.com. These online resources are shared with The Message, Women in Islam, and The Message in Tagalog. Now, we provide this work free of charge. You go to the website, you can watch the videos free of charge. You can listen to the audio free of charge. It's come to my attention that some people are selling The Message, and I just want to let all of our listeners know that this isn't us. If you want to buy them, that's your business, but we provide all the stuff for free. If you want free copies, free audio of any of the shows that we've done over the last several months, just email or text and we'll provide them to you free of charge. We do this for the sake of Allah alone. We're not really in this to turn a profit or anything. So, without further ado, let's go on to the topic for this evening. We're going to pick up where we left off with the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam and continue on to the births of Ishmael and Isaac, and then go on from there. Now, I just want to recap to you that Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam was given the wisdom of Tawheed, that's the oneness of Allah. And he was given this as a very young boy, and he even challenged King Nimrod and was saved from the fires after he destroyed pagan idols. Now, I recently discovered this week, while finishing research for the second portion of the story of Ibrahim, that being saved from the fires does appear in ancient rabbinical texts of the Jews, even though it does not appear in the Bible. So, here again is another proof for the authenticity of the Qur'an, since these texts were held by the rabbis and were not accessible by any of the members of the Quraysh, let alone the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who was an uneducated man. Okay. Now, to back up a little bit from the story last week, when Abraham alayhi salam went into Egypt with Sarah, he was afraid of a tyrant of this land who came asking about the beautiful woman that was traveling with him. So instead of telling the tyrant that Sarah was his wife, he told the tyrant that she was his sister. Now, he did this because this tyrant was known to kill men in order to take their wives. This was the only lie that Ibrahim ever told, which was not for the sake of Allah. Now, first, he lied about being ill so that he could excuse himself from a pagan festival. And then, when he smashed the idols and he said that the remaining big one had done so, that was also a lie. Both lies were done for Allah. Now, some texts state that Sarah was actually his half-sister from his mother's side, I believe. And so the statement's not actually a lie. Regardless, when the tyrant was presented with Sarah, he tried to touch her, and his hand became stiff and withered. Sarah prayed to Allah to make it straight again. He went to touch Sarah again, and his hand became withered and stiff. And he asked Sarah, "Pray to Allah again to heal me, and I promise not to harm you." Sarah did as the tyrant asked, and he was healed and humbled. Then he had Sarah sent back to Abraham, along with a servant of his palace named Hajar, to compensate for the insult that he had given to Sarah. Now, the insult is kind of implied, it's not actually spelled out, but he basically attempted to force her into sex with him. So this woman, Hajar, who was a servant in the house of the king, then became the second wife of the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and is the one who gave birth to Ishmael. I thought I'd like to add that little nugget of information there as to how Hajar came into being Ibrahim's wife. So after Ishmael was born, Sarah became jealous of Hajar. She felt that Ishmael would love Hajar more because she was able to give him a son while Sarah was still infertile. Because of her jealousy, Hajar was sent away with Ishmael. Ibrahim alayhi salam was promised by Allah that they would be cared for if Ibrahim sent them in a specific direction. Ibrahim alayhi salam took our mother Hajar and Ishmael alayhi salam out into the desert and set them on their way.